Hello everyone and welcome back to CraftersMC Skyblock. This is episode 24 and today we are finally going to be trying to solo a tier 5 zombie slayer. We're also going to be crafting a couple new items and weapons, doing a lot of farming like normal, and hopefully also upgrading a couple of our minions as well. If you don't remember last episode, we finally crafted the full Reaper armor set, which took us forever but has now allowed us to do a bunch more damage, so I've been doing a couple more zombie slayers in between episodes. We've also been doing a ton of farming. Our rabbit pet is now over level 80, and as always we have a ton of enchanted beetroot. Our minions have also been doing a lot of work, especially our pig minions, and if we check our raw pork chop collection, we actually have a ton of raw pork chop now. We've been able to collect a couple stacks of enchanted raw pork chop already, but if we actually collect all of the raw pork chop that are in these chests, as well as all of the enchanted pork chop in our pig minions, that is now almost double of what we had before. And then if we turn all of this into enchanted cooked pork chop, that is another 9 that we can add to our collection, which actually isn't too bad. Obviously we want it to be a little bit faster because collecting all of that did take a while, so we're definitely going to need to place down more pig minions if we actually do want to craft the pigman sword in this episode, which I think would be pretty cool. If we actually check the recipe for the pigman sword, it costs 48 enchanted cooked pork chop, so we are about halfway there now. So getting a couple more pig minions will definitely help us speed up this process. To do that though, we are going to have to get rid of a couple of minions that we currently have placed down. Before we do that though, we should actually be able to upgrade a couple of these minions. So if we grab a couple of resources and head over to our ore minions, we can finally upgrade our ice minion to level 11. If we collect up all of the enchanted bones from our skeleton minions as well, we should be able to fully max out our skeleton minion, which is another 2 maxed out minions that we can add to our collection. Our farming minions have also been working a ton as well, and they've actually been boosted a lot because if we check our rabbit minion, one of the abilities is farming minions work at 24.3% faster while on your island, which is actually insane. Our melon minion is working at 9 seconds now, which is like insane, so we can collect up all of these resources and pick up this minion as well. We can also upgrade our rabbit minion to level 6. Oh, we also just hit taming level 25. Nice. We should also have enough enchanted raw duck to upgrade our duck minion to level 10. To upgrade our beetroot minion, we actually need a bunch of enchanted golden beetroot, so we can craft a bunch of that using all of the beetroot we collected in between episodes. So that is a beetroot minion level 10 and level 11. Oh, and it looks like we only need to upgrade 5 more minions to unlock the next minion slot, which is actually pretty exciting. I think we'll leave that for later on in the episode though, as we're pretty much out of resources and don't have any other minions to upgrade at the moment. We do now have 5 more minion slots that we can use to place down 5 more pig minions. We should also be able to upgrade all of them to level 5, which means they are now spawning in pigs every 13 seconds, which is actually pretty good, and we should be able to get enough enchanted cooked pork chop in no time. So I think we're actually gonna go AFK for about an hour and just see how much enchanted raw pork chop we can get, and then while doing that we can also go and farm some more beetroot to get another superb beetroot candy. Well, it's been a little bit more than a couple of hours. It's actually been a couple of days, so we've been doing a lot of grinding. I was able to get enough enchanted beetroot to craft up another superb beetroot candy, which I was able to sell for just under 3 million coins, so we can add all of that to our bank account. We also did a live stream doing a little bit more grinding, and there was actually a huge debate to see if we should actually take down this cactus farm or not. It was kind of split down the middle. A lot of people wanted to keep the cactus farm, and then there was some people who said I should take it down. So I don't know. I kind of like it here, but it also is kind of big and ugly. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments if you think we should keep it or not. I personally think we should. It looks amazing. It might be a little big, but in case we ever need cactus again, this is a great way to get it. We've also been doing a bunch more AFKing at our pig farm, and most of these chests should be full of a raw pork chop, which is amazing. I was actually able to replace some of our other minions with more pig minions, so we're getting even more raw pork chops, so I kind of want to see how much we are up to now. That is another 7 enchanted cooked pork chops, so we're now up to half a stack. We may have to craft a couple more pig minions, but we should definitely get the pigman sword before the end of this episode. I also spent a good 2 to 3 hours mining up more cobblestone as well, because we do still need to get that legendary rock pet. I think we are getting pretty close. Again, it's 200 250,000 cobblestone collected to actually unlock this pet, and we must be getting close. This is like so much enchanted cobblestone. So I think what we're gonna do is spend maybe another hour collecting up more cobblestone, and hopefully by then we'll have the legendary rock pet unlocked. Well, that took a little bit longer than I was expecting, but we now finally have the legendary rock pet. This thing took 250,000 ores to collect, but we finally have it. The funniest part is we're probably never gonna really use this pet either. Although it is good for defense, it's only really good if we're sitting or standing on the rock, which limits it a lot. So we might level it up a couple of times to help our taming skill, but yeah, overall it's a pretty useless pet. Now with all of that out of the way, I think we can finally start upgrading our tools and armor to actually be able to solo a tier 5, because that's kind of the main reason of this episode. Now I do have to say a huge thank you to everyone who left advice in the comments of last episode on how to actually upgrade our armor and weapons. If we head over to the blacksmith, a lot of people were suggesting to do some more reforges. So first off, when we crafted our Reaper mask last episode, I completely forgot to reforge it, so we can kind of start off here. For armor, we're either looking for fierce or pure, and we just got fierce, so I think that should work. We can also take out all of the accessories from our accessory bag, and I think we're gonna pretty much have to reforge all of these. So for all of the common accessories, we need the hurtful reforge, which gives critical damage, and I think most of our common accessories actually have that already. For all of the uncommon ones, we need the strange reforge, which gives a bunch of critical damage and attack speed, which is something we desperately need. Well, that took over 100,000 coins, but they should now all be strange. Next up, we need to reforge all of our epic ones to hurtful. All of the epic ones need to be reforged to strange. And then for all of the legendary ones, we need to reforge them to hurtful. We only have one at the moment and it's already hurtful, so that should be everything we need to do. Instead of sharp, we also have to put fast on our sword, which gives an extra 40 attack speed. And actually, I think we're gonna go for pure instead of fierce on all of our armor, because it also gives a little bit more attack speed as well. If we check our statistics, we are now up to a 38% bonus attack speed, which isn't too bad, but we do need to get it up to 82%, which means I think we're going to need to craft a couple more accessories so that we can reforge them. The first one we can craft is the lava talisman, and I don't know why we haven't crafted this talisman yet. It is a very simple recipe of just 9 enchanted magma cream, and then if we gather a bunch of enchanted sugarcane, okay, looking at the upgraded speed artifact, it is going to be a lot more enchanted sugarcane than I expected, and in a couple of hours, we've only been able to get like 17 enchanted sugarcane, so I think we're gonna use this to upgrade our sugarcane minion instead. It really isn't that big of a speed upgrade anyways, and it's probably a lot better to use the sugarcane to upgrade our minion, so we finally have the sugarcane minion maxed out. While we're at it, we can also upgrade our emerald minion to level 10, and then the last accessory we are going to craft actually uses a bunch of enchanted raw pork chop. In raw pork chop level 5, we unlock the piggy bank recipe, and we haven't really looked at this item much, but it saves your coins on death, which is something that we should probably have. So if we grab a chest and surround it in enchanted raw pork chop, we can craft the piggy bank. And now if we have a ton of coins in our purse and accidentally die, this will actually save the money, which is so nice. So now we can reforge both the piggy bank and the lava talisman. And then since our personal compactor is still a epic rarity, we can also reforge it to strange as well. And if we check our statistics now, we are over 82 bonus attack speed, which is exactly what we want. We want this bonus attack speed because it decreases the cooldown between your attacks, which is going to be incredible for doing a ton of damage to the tier 5s quickly. And I think the last statistic that we actually have to upgrade is the critical chance, because we need it at 100%, so we're always doing critical damage to the tier 5. Actually, I think if we equip our zombie pet, which is what we're going to be doing tier 5s with, and then check our statistics again, that gives us just over 100% crit chance. Also, huge shout out to Jack for helping me understand how all of those reforged work and why I needed that much attack speed, because it is very confusing and he helped out a ton. Next up, a lot of you guys were suggesting to craft a couple new items. If we head over to our recipe book and check the Slayer recipes, there are a couple of locked items. In Wolf Slayer level 5, we unlock the weird weird tuba, which is a pretty simple recipe, and what it does is it grants you and 4 nearby players 20 seconds of 30 strength and 30 speed, which will give us a little bit more strength against the tier 5. We do actually have to unlock it first, so we're gonna have to do some wolf slayers, which we have not done in quite a while. We can put on our mastiff armor set, and I forgot how good this armor is. That is just like an extra 14,000 HP that we have. I think we need about 4,000 wolf XP to unlock a zombie slayer level 7, so this might take a while. I kind of completely forget how to do wolf slayers. It's been so long. So there is the first wolf slayer spawning in, and that is a pretty quick tier 3 dead. We might honestly be able to do a tier 4 now. Okay, yeah, that took a while, but we are able to do tier 4s. So yeah, getting to slayer level 5 hopefully should not take us too much time at all. And finally, after a couple of tier 4s, we finally have a wolf slayer level 5 unlocked, so we can claim the rewards. Now, to actually craft this item, we need a bunch of enchanted iron, which we already have, and then 20 golden teeth, which are simple to craft, but they do get pretty expensive. To craft a single golden tooth, it's half a stack of enchanted gold and then 2 stacks of wolf teeth, so there is 1 out of 20. We should have enough enchanted gold, but I've already used all of our wolf teeth and we were only able to craft 4 golden teeth, so I think we're gonna have to buy some from the auction house. Okay, looking at some of these prices, it might just be easier to buy the rest of the golden teeth we need, and then we can keep the rest of the enchanted gold we have, and then either sell it or use it to craft some other items. It is almost 3 million coins, but we have the money, so we might as well buy it. I was also able to sell most of our enchanted string that we had left over from last episode for like over 1 million coins, so we have a little bit of money to spare. We really need to stop spending money, but we do now have all of the golden teeth we need, and then if we grab all of the iron as well, we can craft the weird tuba. And then I think the last item we have to craft before trying to do another tier 5 is another reaper falchion. So I talked about this a little bit in the last episode, but we need 2 swords because there are 2 different enchants that we need to put on both swords, and that is prosecute and execute. So execute increases damage dealt by 1% for each % of health missing on your target, which just means that the less health a mob has, the more damage we do. And then prosecute is the opposite, where the more health that the mob has, the more damage we do, and unfortunately you can't put both enchants on one sword. So what we need is a second reaper falchion with the exact same reforge, the exact same enchants, but then instead of prosecute, we actually put execute on it. And then when the tier 5 is about at 5 to 6 million HP, we actually switch swords so we can keep doing a ton of damage. To actually craft this reaper falchion, we need a revived heart, a revenant catalyst, and a revenant falchion, which means we have to start off by crafting another revenant falchion, another revived heart, and then we have to buy another revenant catalyst. Fortunately, they are very cheap. And there is our second reaper falchion. We can then enchant it. While we're enchanting, we might as well use some hot potato books as well. We currently have 33 enchanted cooked potatoes, so I think if we take half of them and grab some paper, we can then craft a bunch of hot potato books that we can apply to both our armor and our sword. We can then also reforge our second reaper falchion to fast. And unless I'm forgetting something, this should actually be everything we need to finally solo a tier 5. Obviously, we could get some more kills on our armor to get some more defense, but it's like 20,000 more kills until the next level, and it really doesn't give that much more defense. So I guess all that's left to do now is start a tier 5 revenant slayer and see how it goes. Now, because we did reforge most of our accessories with other stuff than hurtful, we probably aren't doing as much critical damage as we were before, but we are still doing 60,000 damage, which is pretty decent. Oh, actually, with our zombie pet equipped, we do over 100,000 damage, which is definitely enough. And with a couple of kills left, we are actually going to be doing this tier 5 over here this time instead of over there. Apparently this place is better, and the plan is that we spawn in the tier 5 and then he'll get stuck on this trap door here, and then we kind of stand here just like this zombie is doing right now. And then we have a lot more space that we can move around in, because the biggest part is we cannot be standing still, so he can't have the chance to one-shot us. So without further ado, I guess the only thing to do is spawn in the tier 5 boss and see how this goes. We're gonna use both of the tuba and the enraged ability. Oh, we're actually doing damage. Oh, we're doing so much damage right now. Okay, we're already down to almost 7 million. I gotta be careful I don't die. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. I forgot to put the healing wand in my inventory. This is not good. Okay, we have the healing wand now. He has regenerated to full health again, which kind of sucks. However, yeah, we're doing a ton of damage to him again, so this shouldn't be too bad. I'm gonna use both my enraged and the tuba again, and then that does, what is that? We're doing 200,000 damage, I think now, which is insane. And then we're gonna use the healing wand. And then whenever he does this obsidian black thing, we have to stay away, because if we're in that circle, it just one-shots us pretty much. Oh, and once again, perfect timing. The server's about to restart, but now that he's under 6 million HP, we can do more damage with our execute sword instead of the prosecute sword. Oh, I hate this part because he gets to regenerate. Okay, he didn't regenerate too much. That should be okay. The server's about to restart though. Oh, wait, yes! Oh, we did it! Oh my goodness, he was about to do the obsidian attack as well. Oh my goodness, we just soloed a tier 5 zombie slayer. Oh my, what? It took us almost 3 minutes to do, but we are now strong enough to solo the strongest boss in this game by ourselves. That is amazing. That was actually a lot of fun. I kind of want to try another one. We can definitely do this a lot faster as well. I was definitely a little scared of that, but yeah, I think we could, if we just keep our calm, we can definitely do this a lot quicker. Yeah, just like that, he's already down to 6 million HP. And just like that, there is another tier 5 down. Yeah, we got that one down to 2 minutes, and we can definitely do that even faster as well, especially when we keep upgrading all of our gear and weapons and stuff. Okay, well, I might have gotten a little carried away and we just did like another 10 tier 5s. I don't know why, but this is actually so addicting to do. It does definitely get expensive though. One tier 5 is 100,000 coins, which means 10 of them is 1 million. So we definitely need to get more coins if we want to do a bunch of these, but it is so fun to do. Also, something really crazy happened while we were doing these tier 5s. We dropped not only 1, but 2 more gold pets, with one of them being legendary. We also dropped another golden powder, which isn't as useful, but we are definitely going to be using this legendary gold pet from now on, and then I think we'll also be able to sell this epic gold pet for a ton of money. But yeah, we should probably head back to our island and finish up this episode before we get too carried away with doing zombie slayers. Oh yeah, it looks like we can actually sell this epic gold pet for about 500,000 coins, which is a nice amount of money. Now, we are running out of time for this episode, but before we end, we definitely still want to craft our PIGMAN sword, which we are getting very close to being able to. And I also want to upgrade a couple more minions, because we only have to craft 3 more before we unlock the next minion slot, which will be really nice to have. Looking at all of our crafted minions, we've pretty much maxed out all of them, and the rest are going to be pretty difficult to upgrade, but I think we can upgrade all of our forging minions a couple more times, which hopefully shouldn't take us too long. We can start by collecting some dark oak logs, some acacia logs, and then last up, we just need to collect a little bit of jungle wood, and then we can upgrade our acacia minion to level 8, our dark oak minion to level 8, and our jungle log minion to level 8. Which means we now have unlocked 21 minion slots on our island, which is actually going to be very useful for the future. Now, with that out of the way, we should be really close to being able to finally craft our PIGMAN sword. We are less than 4 enchanted cooked pork chop away, so I think if we AFK for a little bit longer, we should be able to get it pretty quickly. And a couple of hours later, we finally have the last enchanted cooked pork chop to craft this PIGMAN sword. Now, even though getting all of that enchanted pork chop took forever, getting the one stick to be able to craft this sword is going to take us even longer. This thing is going to be so difficult to find. Okay, well, I definitely underestimated how long I thought that was going to take us. This took us over 100 hours and 50 million coins, but we finally have the stick, so we can finally craft the PIGMAN sword. All jokes aside though, we haven't actually really checked the statistics for this sword, so it gives plus 200 damage and plus 100 strength. There's some other statistics as well, but the ability is gain plus 300 defense and cast vortex of flames towards enemies, dealing up to 60,000 damage for 5 seconds, which sounds pretty fun. So we can start off by giving it some upgrades. We can reforge it as well, and then we can test it out. So the base damage is about 40,000 damage, which isn't actually too bad. I should probably mention that this is not going to be replacing our Reaper falchion at all. The Reaper falchion is definitely going to be better when we are using Reaper armor and doing zombie slayers. But in future updates, this thing is going to be so nice to have, because we can't really do that much damage to anything that isn't a zombie really, so this is going to be so nice. It also just looks really cool, and I guess we can try out the ability. I'm pretty sure we just right click. Okay, that's kind of awkward. The ability doesn't work on fire envoys, but we can try it on a slime sheep. Oh, that actually looks really cool. But yeah, even if it isn't going to be that useful right now, it is definitely going to be useful in the future, and it's also a nice addition that we can add to our collection. That is going to be the end of this episode though, so thank you all so much for watching. I do hope you all did did enjoy. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. And other than that, hope you all have an awesome rest of your day.